What's up, Dynasty mock draft time? Here at Dynasty Life Fantasy Football. What's up, everybody? Here about to do a draft. Looks like we got a couple people in here. Let them know that we are about to start because I don't see them logged in at the moment. But yeah, this will be fun. Let's see. I put the link out. Guys, follow us at on Instagram at Dynasty Life Fantasy. I put the links out there daily. I've been doing this for a couple days now, and we'll continue to. So if somebody's sending a couple invites out, so we can get this started. So we got some. We get some more people in here, but if you're watching, I mean, get in. Get in. If you're watching, if you watch this afterwards, again, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. It's on the bottom there, Dynasty Life Fantasy on Insta. Again, I post there daily the links as well as a bunch of other stuff, of course, as well. Here's another person in here. Okay, so we've got a few guys in here, and I will random it, so we'll random, so wherever we wind up landing, we wind up landing. So let me send out a text too. All right, send out. Let's see if we can get a couple more people in here, so it's not all kind of randoms. That'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, Dynasty draft. I mean, if I was picking first, I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson. That's just my guy. I'd rather have the wide receiver. He's going to just last longer, and I mean, it's Justin Jefferson. I mean, JT is great, of course, but doesn't necessarily catch the ball out of the backfield. I mean, there's been guys obviously that have averaged more points than JT did last year. So yeah, I'm going like Jefferson and Chase. I really like 1-2, and then I'd go probably JT, Najee, Javante, CMC. There we go. We've got a couple people getting in here. Yeah. Okay. So some more. Try and get a couple more. We've got a good amount of people in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Here's chicken, 7, bong. Another one. All right, here we go. So we are starting to fill up this draft. So we can have a nice dynasty draft here. See if we can get a few more. Let me hit this in the post again. See if we can get just a couple more people. well, and I'll randomize this in a couple minutes here if we don't get it. If we don't get it full. See if we can get just a few more. I mean, we could do 10, but I mean, for Dynasty and even redraft, I mean, I don't really like the 10-man leagues. I like doing the 12 team. The home Dynasty league that I'm in, that's a 14 team. I'm in another 14 team league, Dynasty team as well, with some of the other analysts with Hammer and Bagala, with a couple Instagram pages, and that's a 14 team Dynasty as well. But all right, well, I think we're about to start. Type this in, see if I don't know if we can get everybody else in here. So I'm about to randomize this. Here we go. Boom. Randomize. So we are in here. All right, here we go. Starting it off. Oh, I put it on a minute and a half. I should change this to a minute. Let me change this to a minute just so we're not here forever. Go ahead. All right, come on, Kenny Dubs. You're up first. So Chase and Jefferson went first and second, which is, what I expected. Same kind of thing I would have done. So no surprise there. Now here's where, it kind of gets tricky. Do you, who are you taking at RB now after, like it's just JTCMC? You've got Najee, Javonte, Swift. I like Javonte. I would go Javonte. And then Najee. I mean, Najee I like a lot just on pure volume. He wasn't crazy efficient, but he gets the volume. So yeah, this is Dynasty. Chicken, if you're paying attention, this is Dynasty. Come on, my guy. Let's see who he goes with here if it doesn't get auto picked. But yeah, Najee and Javonte would be my first two guys that would come off. I guess I'm up third here. So Najee, Javonte, or CD are the three guys that I'm looking at. Even Kyle Pitts as well. I might wait for Kyle Pitts on the comeback if I could. But those are four guys that I'm looking at right now. He takes Najee. I mean, man, leave me Javonte. That'd be great. But let's see what happens here. We got two guys in front of me. What they gonna do? There goes Javonte. There goes Mixon. So that hurts. Breece Hall is still there. I like that, but that just hurts. So we are gonna go with CeeDee Lamb. We're also going to go with Kyle Pitts if he makes it back. This is a good time to take Kyle Pitts on that turn there, late first round. Anywhere in the late first round is good. Let's see what he does here. I don't love some of these older wide receivers. I mean, typically I like to try and stay young. This is the one chance that you get to actually build your team the way that you want it. So, now is a good time to get some of these young players. You go Breece Hall over Dalvin Cook, like things like that. But I don't like leaving Dalvin Cook up there. So I'm definitely gonna go Pitts here if Pitts is still there. I like to stab Pitts there. As the wide receivers that are here, they're just a little bit older. AJ Brown is still there. I do like that. And then at running back, I like Breece. But again, wide receivers typically last longer. I mean, Kyle Pitts, again, a great young tight end, obviously setting records already. Somebody wrote, this is Dynasty, and y'all got Saquon in the first round. So, no, I mentioned it was Dynasty. All right, so he goes A.J. Brown there. So, you can go one of the QBs. I don't mind, but no, we're gonna go Kyle Pitts here. We're not gonna let him fall much further than what we got, than what it is there. So, Derrick Henry goes off the board next. Here we go. This guy had Javonte first pick. Let's see what he does here. You've got Andrews, Kelsey. I don't know. Tight end doesn't make much sense there. Still got some of those older receivers. Breece Hall in here. Yeah, Kyle Pitts. I'm surprised Kyle Pitts fell. Yeah, I wouldn't have took Saquon there. I would have liked to get some other young guys. I mean, he is still young, but I was using all caps by accident in the chat, and somebody wrote because he's a G. I'm streaming on streaming on YouTube. I'm trying to tell him so. But because he felt like it. These people are funny. Let's see what happens here. This guy timed out. Justified is up. Let's see. See if I can send out the link to him so he can see that. Oh, I hear myself. But yeah. Oh. So, I mean, I posted the link in there. If anybody, for these on sleeper so they can get in, watch the YouTube, whatever. But, all right, so he goes Waddle and then Debo. Okay. See, now I don't know what's going to come back to me. I'm going to have, obviously, a young team. I'm probably going to have to go wide receiver because of running backs that are going to be there. I doubt ETN is dropping to me all the way there. So maybe Kenneth Walker. I'd love to do that. If I could get a Kenneth Walker, that'd be nice. So at least I have something. But let's see what happens over here. But at least I've got, a top 5 wide receiver, a top, 2 tight end, bona fide the number 1 tight end pretty much in Dynasty. So far, so good. I like what we've got. Let's see what happens here on these turnarounds. Mark Andrew goes at that turn there on that 2-3 turn. So he goes Chase Andrews. which, I mean, I like Andrews as a player again, but I have this thing with him on, with fantasy, because when Lamar wasn't there, he was getting fed more. He was beasting more targets, more yards, more everything. And that was without Lamar, and now with Lamar coming back and then wanting to run the ball a little bit more now, they're getting back into that, mentality of just, ground and pound, run, run, run. So this guy took Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And I don't mind that at all, especially in Dynasty. I mean, these are guys, there can be two wide receivers that are successful in the same place. I mean, time and time again, people have done it, how many times over time, right? Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, right? Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Randy Moss, Chris Carter. I mean, you can keep going and name more and more, but you can have more than one guy, in the top 10, more than one wide receiver one. So I think they're fine there. I mean, this guy, Joe Burrow, smoking cigar Burrow over here, he can throw upwards of 40 touchdowns, more than 40 touchdowns. So there's plenty of room to go around for Chase and Higgins there. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So Chubb, Akers, Metcalf, ETN. See, I like ETN. He just went there. I mean, if Pittman could fall, I like Pittman. Nice young guy. So, I mean, Pittman, DJ Moore, Drake London. Let's see what happened. Kenneth Walker is still here. So I've got a shot at taking Kenny Walker, which I will take out if he falls to me. I'm definitely going to take that. I love to get a running back there. And if I can grab Herbert or Mahomes or Burrow, I mean, you don't know when these guys are going to go. It all depends on the draft. I know I keep saying that. It just depends on the people in your league. So it all depends on the people in your league. But yeah, I'd love to get either Herbert, Mahomes, or Burrow. After that, I like to probably wait a little bit. But these are the young guys that you're not going to have to worry for the next decade of your dynasty team, and they're going to be top 10 guys every year, top 5 guys every year, basically. So Herbert goes. So they're now I want to get Mahomes or Burrow. It's tough. They don't necessarily fall too late. If they could get at, they don't usually get out of the 3rd round in dynasty. So let's see what White Shooter does here. But yeah, I'd love to grab, if I can, then I'd have at least top 5, top 10 guys. See, he goes Mahomes, he takes them. So now I'm almost forced to take, not forced to take, but Burrow is a guy that I really like. So I might have to go Burrow and then come back and take Kenny Walker there. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take, let's do Burrow. We're going to do Smoking Joe. We're not going to do Smoking Joe Burrow. We're not. We're going to take Kenny Walker. Let's secure Kenny Walker. And then we'll secure Smoking Joe Burrow on the next one. Because I don't mind if I got to go with Kyler Murray. It can go either or. I'd like to get Burrow, though. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what Chicken does on this turn. I'm hoping he doesn't take Burrow. He's got a chance to take 2 guys here, so. And then I'll come back and get wide receiver after. But at least I got Kenny Walker for the future as well. So we're already, we're starting off young. Like I said, I usually like to start off young. I mean, this is the one opportunity that you get. He actually goes Lamar, which I'm a little surprised. But okay. I mean, I can't, you can't complain about it. I personally don't like Lamar in redraft or dynasty. I'm just not messing with that. So I'm gonna go Burrow here. Give me a nice young QB for the future to go along with CeeDee Lamb, Kyle Pitts, and Kenny Walker. So we're building for the future, but we can also compete right now as well. Not sure what is going to happen with Kenny Walker, of course. This year, obviously, Penny's got the job right now. We don't know if he's still healthy. Why is he taking Fournette? I wouldn't have did that, but we're gonna go Burrow here. So we lock in. We lock in Burrow. So that's nice. So we got that on lock, and now we got to wait till the board, comes back to us here. But Cheetah goes. I wish there was like a 45-second. 30-second is like too quick, but a minute sometimes it's just too long. Drake London. So I like, White Shooter's got a sick team, man. I like what he's doing, what he's got so far. I can't, for whatever reason, tag this dude, but that's nice picks right there. I like that. Devontae, Breece Hall, Pittman, and London. That's a fire dynasty draft right there. Fire dynasty draft right there. Harris, Cook, Herbert, Moore. I like that as well. Cup, Allen, Kelsey, Jones, Eckler, Waddle, Dobbins, Murray. I don't love the Dobbins pick, but that's just me not being a huge fan of Dobbins, especially with this injury. He's got like one knee. He tore literally like everything. And, typically that first year back, they're not as good. And then, of course, you've got the Ravens offense. They're handing the ball off to 2 or 3 different guys, as well as Lamar Jackson running. So he definitely gets vultured at the goal line. He doesn't get work in the passing game. So that's why I just shy away from Dobbins. I don't bother. He could very well be good, but I mean, he is good, obviously, but he could very well be good in fantasy. But for me, at least, the percentage is not going his way, with everything that we need for fantasy production. But let's see what Kenny Dobbs does here, because Chase, Andrews, and Higgins, and then Marquise Brown. I mean, this guy's building a great team, and St. Brown. So he knows what he's doing, going wide receiver, knowing that they last the longest in Dynasty. So yeah, Kenny Dobbs, nice. I mean, nice picks. I really like it. Let's see what comes back around here. Mitchell, Gibby, Godwin. But I love what Kenny Dobbs has done so far. That's one of my favorite teams. I like what Nairn Brad's done so far. I like that team. Swift, Debo, Etienne, Deontay. I like this team as well. Hector, Waddle, Dobbins, Murray. I'm not a crazy fan of that. Still a good team, but like I was saying with Dobbins, that's the only thing that kind of throws me off about it. Cup, Allen, Kelsey, Jones. Okay, going with a little bit of an older team win now. Harris, Cook, Herbert, Moore, good. Javonte, Breece, Pittman, Lund, as I said before, that's one of my favorite teams as well. Lamb, Pitts, Walker, Burrow. I mean, I think so far we're killing it. Fournette, I don't love the Fournette pick. I don't love the Lamar Jackson pick, but I do get it. It's not, they're not bad picks. I I just wouldn't have made those picks for Dynasty. But let's see, Devonta, Mike Evans, Jacobs goes off the board. Hawkinson, let's see what comes back around. Schultz, my guy Schultz is there. You know, I love me some Schultz. Jerry Judy, I like Olave, Mike Williams. These are guys I'm looking at. RBs, don't really love the older guys. AJ Dillon is a guy I'd look at. Cook is another guy I'd look at. I like as well. So we could wait a little on RB and we could go wide receiver, but Elijah Moore, Jerry Judy go. Damn. So we're stuck here. We got Olave, Mike Williams. I think we got to go with Olave. I like Dillon and Olave. I don't know if Olave will last. AJ Dillon. Let's go with AJ Dillon because I like that for the future, of course. And then on this comeback here, we can go with Olave. I like Schultz as well, but come on now. Let's see what Chicken does here. But yeah, leave me Olave or Mike Williams and I'm happy. Or I might even go Schultz if Olave is gone. I think I like Olave here. I really like Olave here, actually. So he goes Mooney. So yeah, it doesn't look like he's gonna go Olave. So I should be safe. So I would go either Olave or Schultz. And I think I'm leaning Olave, even though I love Schultz. But again, we don't know what's going to happen there in Dallas. Is he going to get a contract? Is he not going to get a contract? I do love me some Schultz, but yeah, I think I've got to go. I got to go Olave here. He goes James Cook. So yeah, we're going to go Chris Olave. I like the Cook pick. Like I said, that was a guy I was looking at as well. So Zeke goes. Now we're back to White Shooter, who's got two crazy young RBs and some good young wide receivers as well. So, oh, what am I saying? I'm talking about Schultz, and I got Pitts already. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Schultz is a guy that I do like. And then, like I said, for Dynasty, you know, I like him, but there's just that small little percentage of fear that they don't re-sign him because they need to spend money elsewhere. You know, Zeke is killing them. Are they going to release Zeke next year and save that money? I mean, we don't know. So let's look at what we got. So Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, AJ Dillon, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Kyle Pitts. I love it. We're nice. We're young. We've got room to grow and just really turn into a monster, especially after this year when Kenneth Walker and AJ Dillon are kind of the real workhorse Jewies. It could happen this year, but you know, all these guys after another year's work are going to be even greater than they are now. So that's what I really like. Really like what we got so far. Treylon Burks went. I still got question marks about Treylon. Obviously, things are not going great, even since the beginning. First with the asthma, he's not in shape. And then now, he's not working with the first team, apparently. So we don't really know what's going on. Those are just reporters, obviously. We could be wrong. They could be wrong reporting what they are. So, I mean, I guess we got to wait till the season to find out. But for that reason alone, I'm just out on Burks. I'm not going to take that chance. He times out over here, winds up getting some reach. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Treylon definitely kind of was a reach there. Juju, Sutton. I mean, but we got here? Connor. We got one on auto pick already. I mean, I could change the timer as well. We'll change the timer. I think I changed it to a minute already, actually. So Garrett Wilson, I mean, taking a bunch of young wide receivers, this guy. I mean, it's smart. They're going to build up, in value over time, so then he can kind of go out and get what he wants. And that's what I like to do. Typically, I'm not a guy that will take, a bunch of RBs, especially early in dynasty drafts, unless, you get the guys that you can at a good price. I felt like Kenny Walker was a good price at the end of the third, and then same thing with Dylan. Guys that can really get the work going forward. So, we're looking at wide receivers really going forward. I don't know who's going to land to me there. Jameson goes. But Gabe Davis, Ayuk, Allen Robinson, these are guys that I'm looking at. George Pickens, Dotson, all young guys. We could mix in a couple, a couple vets. That's why I kind of put Robinson on there. I don't know if I want to actually take Robinson. I might want to take. I'd rather take Ayuk instead, I think. But so yeah, it's our pick now. Let's see. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take Ayuk, or we're gonna go. Yeah, we can go Dameon Pierce. We can go RBs here. I like Dameon Pierce. The young running backs I have that can gain a lot of value going forward. I liked him better than some of the wide receivers that were on the board still on top here. I do like Ayuk or Pickens on the comeback. So let's see what happens there. Ramondre Stevenson is down there as well. So he can be really good next year. So we might have to go. I mean, right now I'm looking at Stevenson and Ayuk, and he took Ayuk. Ayuk sniped from me. So now that just makes me kind of pivot. Pickens, Dotson, or Stevenson here. So I like Stevenson, and I went with Stevenson. I do need some wide receivers, but some of these guys that were on the board at running back, I didn't want to pass up. I don't know if I love it, but I love the potential, I would say. I guess that's why I couldn't pass up those guys. The potential to be, the RB1 there in Houston, the potential to be the RB1 there in New England. If not this year, then next year once Damon Harris is out of there, which it doesn't look like they plan on re-signing. So, we've got some value. That's what I like. The value with the potential. That's what I like to go for. That's what I like to draft for, because you're in control of your dynasty team, right? And you don't necessarily have to have certain players where it's more of a value thing. How do people value certain players? How much value does certain player have? Or, what does the community feel about that player, or your league in that matter feel about, said player? And if you've got a bunch of RBs that turn into the guys, which they very could well be, AJ Dillon, obviously after next year, maybe Dameon Pierce, Stevenson, Kenneth Walker. These are guys that can all be kind of workhorse guys or the lead guys in their backfield. And obviously that's, really important. And we've got CD, we've got Olave. And so now we can try and build up on, some of the wide receiver position, take some more chances on some young guys. Let's see what comes back to us. I'd love if Pickens can get back to us. Claypool, I don't mind either. So Pickens, Claypool, and Dotson are the guys I'm looking at. I guess I could still go with Allen Robinson, but if I'm staying with the young, if I've got this young team already, I might as well continue to stay young. Or I could take Allen Robinson but he is 29. I mean, after this year, he could still be serviceable. He could be a veteran guy that I could have in there. So, maybe we do go Allen Robinson. Maybe we go Robinson, Dotson, if that's available. Tony, Alec Pierce, Tolbert. I do like Bell as well. So let's see what comes. Let's see what comes back over here. Algier is another guy who could take over a backfield eventually. But let's see. Let's see what comes back to us here. He goes Kirk. I don't know if I could pass on Allen Robinson, though. I could, of course, but he's a guy that he could really do some work for at least the next few years. I think he's got a 3-year deal. So at least for the next 3 years, he's at least tied to Stafford and that kind of elite offense. And I can use him as trade bait as well to try and get another, a younger wide receiver, during the season. And they wound up taking Allen Robinson. So I just miss Allen Robinson. We're going to go with Dotson here. I know Terry got his deal, but they've been saying Dotson looks even better than Terry. So we're going to go Dotson here. And then on this comeback, I'd probably like to go Alec Pierce or Tolbert. Pierce is another one who's been having a good camp. But I really like Tolbert's opportunity there in Dallas with Dak. Gallup is hurt. We don't know, how he's going to look when he comes back. So come on, chicken. We might have to make this a 37, 30 second. But yeah, Kenny Dobbs is running back. Yeah, he don't need no running backs. But yeah, a couple of guys wanted Dotson. I mean, if that just went to all right. Let's see. But yeah, I think I like Pierce here. I think I like Pierce or Tolbert. I think I like Tolbert, actually. I mean, is Tolbert a reach? No, not necessarily. I don't think so. Technically, I guess, but I don't really need any of these RBs. I mean, I guess I do like Algier. I might have to take Algier just because. No. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you do? Do you take Algier? Do you go Pierce? Do you go? So it's rough. This is a rough choice right here. What do I do? Do I reach a little bit, or do I go with a young running back in, Tyler Algier? So what do I do? Very, very, very tough decision here. I don't think these wide receivers make it back. So that's the other part of it. Sometimes you do have to reach if you're on the tip there. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Tolbert just because he's in the best situation. It could be a little bit early for him, but let's see. Thielen goes. Let's see what happens in these next couple picks here. Let's see who comes back to me. I felt like I had to just grab who I wanted there. I just like him better than the other guys that are up there. Talent, of course, over situation. I feel like I like Tolbert as a talent better than Alec Pierce. Tolbert is tied to Dak at least, where Alec Pierce is tied to Matt Ryan for, who knows how long. But yeah. So that's why I went Tolbert there. Madison, Penny. But yeah, Madison's a great pick. Obviously, you want Madison if you have Dalvin Cook. You definitely want Madison. But then even going forward, Madison, I'm pretty sure this is his last year on his current deal. So he may be able to go somewhere and get, a starting job somewhere, starting gig somewhere. Alec Pierce goes, okay, yep. White. Let's see. I don't know who's going to make it back to me. But David Bell's a guy I like as well. Randall Moore, I don't love. He's a guy that can have like 90 catches for like 600 yards. I think I said that in one of my other ones. But I don't love him. I don't love really any of these wide receivers that are down here. Maybe Dubes, Shakur, Palmer, Nico Collins. Here's just some young guys I like deep down there. RBs, I don't think Algier will reach all the way back to me, but I don't mind him. Darrell Henderson's a guy I don't mind. Splitting with Akers. They'll probably just give whoever has a hot hand there the ball. Zamir White's a great pick as well. Robinson, Herbert. So I've got a couple RBs queued up that have some potential as well. Pacheco all the way down there. And especially for Dynasty, I like to get some of my guys that I like to build around and then have a bunch of like, RB2s on my bench that, could be the guys if the starters get hurt, that will get the kind of workload. I love doing that. See what Kenny Dubs here does, what pretty much I like to do is pretty much go heavy wide receiver and then just grab, a bunch of RB2s that, could be RB1s if everything falls right for him. They're arguing about Chubb and Madison. Somebody said Madison's better than Chubb. I wouldn't say Madison's better than Chubb. Obviously, Chubb is a starting running back. Madison isn't, but obviously Madison's got to sit behind Dalvin Cook, so it's rough. And I love Madison. I mean, Madison's a great RB. As we've seen, every time Dalvin goes down, I mean, he steps right in and puts up RB1 numbers. So I love me some Madison, but you definitely gotta get him, and you might have to go out of your way to get him if you are drafting Dalvin Cook, because he's bound to miss at least a few games. I mean, that's just baked into him. As is some other, workhorse running back. So he just went on auto pick. How you go on auto pick? He's in there online, but then got auto picked. But all right. Rodgers, Stafford go. Zamir White still there. Robinson, Herbert. Those are three running backs I like. I like them a little more than Henderson if we're going for the future. But David Bell still there. Dubes is all the way down there. Some of these other guys are not. I don't particularly love. But yeah, I mean, you want to try and get young guys when you're starting up your dynasty, sprinkle in a few a few vets. This way you can still compete if that's what you want to do. I mean, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to try and compete. So, there you try and there's like you try and do that, like that fine line between like competing and also kind of getting younger guys that could be the guys, in the future. So Brian Robinson, Zamir White goes. Those were two of the guys I wanted. I don't love some of these other guys here. They're just guys. So let's go back to wide receivers. I think David Bell, I really like here. So that's who we're going to go with. But here we are, Chicken now back on the clock. Why is that not going on auto if he didn't pick the last one? I don't know. But let's see. Let's see. Melvin, Pollard, these are going on in the chat. Who's better, Madison, Melvin Gordon, Pollard, Kareem Hunt? I think right now, if you're just talking about fantasy, I think as a player, obviously Melvin has done more than, what any of those other guys have. But if you're talking about fantasy-wise, Pollard is probably the best, in my opinion, out of all of them for this year. Supposed to get more work now, being lined up in the same backfield as Zeke, being lined up in the slot. So they want to get him the ball. He was the most efficient guy, in the NFL. So let's see what I can get here on the comeback. We probably still go. What do we do? We can go RB. I mean, we could go Henderson. We could go Herbert. I don't love like the wide receivers that are here. There's no like young. I mean, I guess Dubes or Collins we can go with. I like Dubes or Collins. So only thing with Dubes is we don't know what's going to happen once Aaron Rodgers is gone, right? Who's going to be the QB? Is Dubes going to be the guy? We don't know. Or do you go with a guy like Nico Collins, who's looked great as well? Let's go with Dubes just because he's looked great, and he's with Aaron Rodgers right now for at least the next couple of years. So let's stay with that. Let's go with Dubes. So we've got Burrow, Walker, Dillon, CD, Olave, Pitts, Dameon Pierce, Stevenson, Dotson, Tolbert, Bell, and Dubes. I mean, I like what we've got here. We are looking good. We're looking well. I might just cut this short into like 14 rounds. Let me see if I can adjust this, just because it doesn't need to be this long. Cut that back to 6, update that. So all right, so yeah, we got a couple more rounds. This way it doesn't just linger on. Some people are not even paying attention to who they're picking out. Some are on auto drafts. So but yeah, I mean, this is how this team went for me. I mean, I like it. I've got a lot of young RBs with some really good upside. And then we've got a bunch of wide receivers with some good upside as well, a bunch of young guys. So CeeDee Lamb, Olave, Dotson, Tolbert, Bell, and Dubes so far. So I really like what we've got. If it gets back to us, we can still go, let's see, Shakir, Palmer, Thornton are guys I like, and Nico Collins. Have some potential, really do something in the future. Nico Collins is a sleeper for me this year. Mechie's not there, so really all they have is Brandon Cooks. Nico Collins is a guy that even Davis Mills said, not many people can go up, and compete with that guy. Big guy, and can go up there and get it. So he can be a real threat in the red zone. Herbert Hines, Gage goes. So we're almost back to our pick here. We've got, 2 picks left. Obviously, in a real dynasty draft, it's going to be much longer. You're going to have a bunch more rounds, so you can get, more players. Obviously, a little bit deeper. You can comment or you can hit me up. Follow us on Instagram, Dynasty Life Fantasy. You can hit me up in the DMs or whatever. Ask about certain guys that are going later on. Deeper dynasty questions. But obviously, I'm not trying to be here. We ain't trying to be here all night. But if you missed us tonight, come back. Check in with us tomorrow. Same thing. I think we'll do a 9 o'clock redraft at 10:30 Dynasty. I might have to go to like 30-second picks though, because it's just taking a little bit too long. But it is my pick, and I'm missing out here. So we're gonna go with Nico Collins. And then we're also going to go with Khalil Shakir. Just a bunch of young guys, young wide receivers with some potential in this last round here. So let's see how it all cleans up in this last round. Like I said, could have did longer, but I think that's good enough, at least for now. You picked all your important guys. You picked some guys for the bench. But let's check it out, guys. Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, A.J. Dillon, C.D. Lamb, Olave, Pitts, Damian Pierce-Stevenson, Dotson, Tolbert, Bell, Dubes, Nico Collins, Khalil Shakir. I love it. Really went really young, have some real good potential going forward after this year. And again, we could still compete, even this year if some of our guys pop, but it might take one more year, for A.J. Dillon to fully get that role, Kenneth Walker to fully get that role, Chris Olave to fully get that role and be more comfortable. So Pacheco, that's a good pick. I forgot about Pacheco. Was a guy I wanted to take. I had him up there for me, but I didn't. If I had to go back, I probably would have took Pacheco instead of Shakir or even Nico Collins. So that's me just missing out. I wasn't paying attention, so that's all right. But I think everybody's pretty much done and out now. But I like let's get this out of here. Let's look at some of the teams here. Crazy Chicken, Barkley, Brown, Jackson, Fournette, Mooney, Cook, Ayuk, Thomas, Claypool, Spiller, Gordon. I like it. A couple of picks I don't like, but Mixon, Henry, Mahomes, Hill, Judy, Elliott, Sanders, Goddard, Robinson, Thielen. Okay. This one I like I was mentioning before. Javonte, Brees, Pittman, London, Moore, Burks, Lance, baby Gronk, as we call him, Frying Roads. Najee, Cook, Herbert, DJ Moore, Hawkinson, Sutton, Davis, Renfro, Kirk, Madison, White. I like that as well. Went nice double RB there. Cup, Allen, Kelsey, Jones, Jacobs, Kelsey, Edwards, Harris. All right. Keenan Allen, I meant. Eckler, Waddle, J.K., Kyler Murray. Let's see if I think everybody's out. where was that? Eckler, Waddle, Dobbins, Murray, Smith. Yeah, I mean it's all right. Pollard, Juju, I like that. Font, Pickens, Pierce, Gallup went young after. Just wasn't a crazy huge fan of the Dobbins and Dobbins right there. Maybe the Murray as well. I probably would have waited a little bit, but that's all right. Not bad picks, just not ones I would have made. Swift, Debo, ETN, Deontay, Evans, Connor. I like that. McCaffrey, Kamara, DK, McLaurin, Godwin, Bateman, Schultz, Singletary. That's good. Get Schultz in the 7th. I like that. That's a steal there. JT, Devontae, Akers, Montgomery, Gibson, Waller, Hurt, Watson. Okay. Jefferson, Diggs, Chubb, Kittle, Elijah Mitchell. And then there's this one, Chase Andrews, Higgins, Brown, Wilson, Moore. So I like that team a lot. And when you're doing Dynasty, especially here at that first pick, I like, pretty much all of those picks. Maybe a couple ones that would have differed as far as wide receivers, maybe that I would have took. I'm not a huge Garrett Wilson fan, especially in the situation that he's in. But again, Dynasty, we're looking a little bit more at talent than the current situation. But I love, Chase, Andrews, Higgins, Brown, Moore, and then you've got, a bunch of RB2s, and you just have to work and try and get an RB, through the draft or through a trade or see what happens there. But like I said, wide receivers are going to last longer. He's got a bunch of young guys there. It gives you a nice long window now to try and grab, your running backs or for your current running backs, whatever their situations are, to progress into something good. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We'll be back on tomorrow again. Redraft at 9, Dynasty at 10:30. We'll bring y'all 2 more drafts tomorrow. Follow us on Instagram, Dynasty Life Fantasy. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the links for tomorrow. And that's it. We out, bro. We out, guys.